Welcome back to part 2 of the LiveWire test drive that I kindly borrowed from North Auckland Harley-Davidson. If you didn't see part 1, you might be interested to have a look. The link is in the top of the screen right now. Now, as we finished part 1, I was heading towards my home and the driveway, so I thought I'd give the bike a little rip up and down the driveway. I was really quite surprised how the bike sounded going past here. It sounds like something out of Star Wars. And as I'd already discovered earlier with the throttle, it's really responsive. I mean, just a few steps up from the letterbox at pretty much a standing start, it got itself up to 55k, which was pretty thrilling. Decided not to spend too much longer in the driveway. I didn't want to work up the neighbours too much. And so here we are now heading back towards North Auckland Harley-Davidson. And this was filmed during a Friday around lunchtime. I think the time's around 1 o'clock. And you can see that, yeah, okay, there's a little bit of traffic on the road, but it's not crazy heavy. And certainly as the road frees up and you've got a little bit of space, you can just let the LiveWire just run, just with a twist and go, and you scoot past quite a lot of traffic issues that you might have had a little bit longer to get past on a different vehicle. Coming up here across the top of the hill, again, I'm in lane, well, it now becomes lane 1 of 3. This lane expires quite soon down the hill here. It turns into a 2-lane overpass. But there's room. You can see, okay, I'll just give it a squirt, get in front of the truck. Easy. Just effortless manoeuvring options in heavy traffic. Now, it is starting to get heavy down here. There's an on-ramp and it always chokes up at this point. Now, this bike, as we know, it's pretty silent. So you've really got to use you've got to be on alert. You've just got to always be looking around. As always, whether you've got a loud bike or a quiet bike, you've got to always be aware of what the other road users are doing. What I found was it seems that many people were aware of this, so whether this was a particularly aware bunch of drivers and truck drivers as well, looking in their mirrors, but it's pretty safe moving through the heavy traffic, and really able to take advantage of gaps. You see, this guy pulled right over to the right hand side. It would be rude not to go past, and everyone else is making plenty of room as well. I did find the LiveWire's got a skinnier front tyre. I forget the spec right now, but I'll put it up on screen afterwards. And the reflector bumps and the lane markings kind of did give you a bit of a bump, which I'm not used to. My Fat Bob, it's got a much wider tyre, so it just sails over that stuff effortlessly. And here we are coming up towards, well, a couple of Harley bros. I don't know these guys, but they were just popping along, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, some real bikes. I could start to hear them through my helmet, and I think through the mic it starts to pick up the old nice V-twin rumble around about now. I do like that. But then this bike's got some good things going for it too, so just coast up alongside, and then it's, okay, well, time to go. Let's do it. And away we go. You can probably tell I'm a bit of a fan of the bike, and it's a lot of fun to ride. However, I did mention there were some things that would make me hesitate, definitely, for having this as the only bike of my own. If it was down between my Dyna Fat Bob and this, I would choose the Dyna Fat Bob every time. Why? Because a couple of things. Range, passenger comfort. So first of all, range. Range is a bit of a showstopper for me. I'm regularly riding with the Hog Auckland chapter. Every week we will go on day rides, sometimes half day, full day rides, covering a round trip distance of from 250 up to 800 kilometres. With the LiveWire having a claimed range of about 230k, but I think realistically maybe a little under 200, the way you kind of tend to ride this bike, it just wouldn't come close to getting through even the shortest of rides we've put together. And then the ability to refuel a petrol-powered bike is obviously a whole lot more convenient than recharging an electric bike, which, although I didn't have to recharge this one because I only had it for a short period of time, it can take a number of hours. There is a quick charge option, but you can't use that every time, otherwise you just kill your battery. So you can only use that sporadically. I understand it's about every 5 charges you can do a quick charge, which I think is under an hour, 30 minutes perhaps, to get you a great deal of battery charge. Apart from that, on the regular charging cycle, what I understand is that it takes around 12 hours. So, good commuter bike, plug it in whenever you come home and recharge it. But to take out for a decent length of time, kind of day or half day trip, not really practical. But then, you know, practical has never really been what this bike is about. This bike is about exploring new technology. It's limited at the moment by the battery technology that exists, and that affects all electric vehicles, whether it's a car or another brand of electric motorbike. But boy, they are fun. You can see how these things go. You can really have some fun with it. Now, the second thing I was going to talk about was the passenger comfort. Now, while I can't comment too much on it because I never had a passenger on there, looking at it, the available space, etc., it's not going to be a comfortable ride. The bike can carry a passenger. It's going to use the battery much quicker if it does, of course, which will in turn reduce the range even further than before. But then, as I already said, the bike isn't really for practicality. It's just for a short, sharp, have a bit of fun, have a rip around, and for maximum enjoyment. I think this is a solo pleasure, this bike. It's not really designed for passenger comfort. Having said that, I showed pictures of the bike to a buddy of mine who rides sport bikes and naked bikes and said, "Oh, that's good. Plenty of room there." So it's what you're used to, I guess. Well, this return journey's coming to a close. We're heading along Esmond Road back towards the North Auckland Harley-Davidson dealership. I've really enjoyed having some time on this bike. It's a bit of a privilege, I think, to be able to get out on it. They're very, very generous with allowing me to take the bike out unsupervised and just put the bike through its paces. It's been a lot of fun. Now, if you're still hanging around here, thanks for watching it through to the end. I hope there has been something in here that you maybe haven't yet seen about the LiveWire. Maybe it's answered some questions, or maybe it's scratched or opened up some curiosity for you to go to your own dealer and have a ride. Approach them. Have a chat. You'll probably find that they're pretty keen for you to get out there and explore. At the very least, you'll learn a lot more about probably the bikes of the future than you ever knew before. So it doesn't hurt to have a chat, does it? In the meantime, until next time, make good decisions, ride safe, take care, and see you next time.